Hi everyone, welcome back to some more Cities Skylines 2 here in Wolffox, New York. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. I think I covered all those. Sorry, it's been a little bit of time, but since last we played, it's been a little bit since I played Cities Skylines 2. I believe we built this solar array, and because we were running low on electrical production, so I think that will quell our electrical issues at least for a little bit. We have a good amount of battery charge, so I think we'll be okay. I'm not sure if this area is actually the best for solar power, like I said, but anyway, it's January 1999, and I think the most important thing to cover is that in this month, which I didn't know this, the euro currency was established. The eurozone currency was adopted by a bunch of countries, and I think that means that we definitely are going to have to go through some sort of economic development. So what I was thinking over here is just across from our baseball stadium. We were gonna have some other. I know I had some other places outlined over here, but I don't think it's appropriate to place like 3 stadiums right next to each other. The traffic would be absolutely horrendous. So we're gonna build a little bit of a shopping district over here, and I want this to be a big shopping complex. So that's why I kind of built these roads out here, and we're gonna want to attract hopefully some more European, brands, some more luxury brands, probably from France, considering that our French district is right over here. Or sorry, our Quebec district. I want to make sure I get that right. If I don't know, but anyway, and then there's something else to cover. The Mars Polar Lander was launched by NASA, and I am absolutely sure that nothing will go wrong when it reaches Mars in December of this year. According to some estimates, I'm sure everything will go as expected. Don't look it up. I'm sure everything will go okay. The other thing I wanted to make sure we do is I have an avenue planned out here, because eventually, I mean, this is a huge area. I'm not sure if I want to turn this into another major metropolitan area. I think I'm kind of happy with the districts we got. So this will probably be another big suburbs, but I think I want to at least divide it with some high density commercial. So let's actually start getting building. So I know, oh yeah, high density commercial kind of looks just a tad inappropriate maybe, because I really wish we do have, I wish we had some more like malls, like in some of the SimCity games. I just remember there always being malls. But anyway, I guess my plan here is, so this is like just one of those like through roads, and then we'll actually get to the main like parking spots. So I think if we place an alley here, maybe this will be decent. I want to make sure that we keep these roads in check though, because we want the main roads to be like, connecting to the. So I'm gonna have to run out of space, and I tried my hardest to try to pay down loans instead of taking out more. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not opposed to taking out loans. The interest rate doesn't really hurt us at all. So just a couple extra $1 million to make this project happen, and I'm sure that will still not be enough to purchase these tiles. I think if we can. Oh, so that tile's basically worthless. Okay, we can afford both of them. Good. And I'm sure that'll eat through our money at some point. Really, we're doing just fine. I'm not sure if they should really. I really think they should tweak tile upkeep. I'm sure plenty of people have mentioned that before, but I'm sure it's something they're working on in the background. But at this point, I feel like we're only waiting for like asset changes. But anyway, let's bring down Myrtle Street. I'm not sure what we're gonna name this avenue. We'll have to give it some custom name, I suppose. And I really hope that, yep, it did what I wanted it to not do. So we're gonna have to make this bridge just a little bit better if we can. So if we just bring this out here, let's make sure we change our slope. So the step isn't crazy high. I hope that'll be okay. And it's still not high enough. Looks like it will still. Oh, okay, perfect. So we just got to fiddle with it a little bit, and then we can bring it back down, and I think that should be okay. All right, and now it's Laurel Street, and like I said, the name doesn't super matter that much right now, and I'm not sure whereabouts I want to bring the avenue down, so we're just gonna bring it down to just about here for now. And I think I want the shopping complex to end about just here. So if we just bring out like, let's just bring out a dirt road for planning purposes for now. So this is the gravel road. So I have it in my mind. Okay, so this is basically, I don't want it to be a massive complex, but I do want it to be a decent size. The idea being maybe that at some point we could, once we have the stadium set up here, we could bring another road down here, then bring it over, and then people could walk from the stadium to, like bars and that kind of stuff. Just trying to get that cross economy flowing. But I don't think that this is really a thing that they've really implemented all that much in the game. I'm still waiting for tourism to really take off in this city, but we have like just a few hotels, and it's just, it's just a little frustrating. But I actually want to make sure I do that now. So if we can, we're just gonna bring down a road here, and I'm just gonna bring it across. And so that's it. And eventually, okay, so this is probably gonna, okay, this is fine. I thought I was gonna suffer from the same issue as over there, but this is good. And we could build some paths out here as well, so maybe some more pedestrian paths once this is actually a proper stadium. And then people could walk over here, but this will do for now. I don't like the super grid-like look, but it'll get the job done. But okay, so I'm thinking then what we can do is, well, I want to keep most of these areas, so like down here, this strip, I want to keep these mostly wooded, so it's kind of closed off. But if I bring down this road here, we should be okay to start placing some high density commercial. And I want to do kind of a mix of European and North American, because I want to unlock the North American buildings, of course, but I also want to make sure that we get some European style buildings to account for the fact that I really do feel like, Euro being a currency would have some major implications for, attracting more European businesses potentially to our city. So I guess we could also do them. Is there French mixed buildings? I thought there was. Okay, there is French mixed density buildings, so we might want to place a couple of those down. So we're just intersperse these. I want to vary their sizes for the most part, but I do want the big size buildings, big box stores. So if we can mix a couple around in here, I think that should be okay. And basically the idea is, I keep rambling, but we're gonna place another road through here and maybe align it just a little nicer. It doesn't have to be like straight through, and it's ideally it's not like, we don't want this to be like super like planned out, concentric, aligned. It would feel very weird if it was like that. We want it to feel a little misaligned. So I do like the newer parking lots, and I feel like since this is a downtown area, this is going to be a downtown shopping complex. Okay, so we have the new parking lots, right? And I do really like the multi-level parking buildings. And okay, so that's something I also want to mention is I've been trying to go around and replace old parking lots with those, so that we've been being able to redevelop areas. I think we were doing that before. And oh, there was something else I was doing. Okay, most of these areas now are districtized. So I have community fire stations. I named cemeteries. I named police stations after districts that they're in. I think that seems more appropriate. And I'm going to go through and keep doing that for the city. But, I just wanted to let you know that's something I'm working on. It just takes a little bit of time. It's not the most fun thing to show. And it's a little, it's just a bit tedious. So anyway, let's actually place some of those big parking lots. So the multi-level parking lot, I think it means that we can just place, just a couple of these. And I guess I want to make sure that it has its own dedicated street. I don't want to block anything off from being able to move around, So if we just place one of these, maybe like right here, I think that'll be good. And this look is extendable. So if we need additional levels in the future, I think we can do that. And if we need some additional parking spaces, we can also do that. But as usual, I like to turn off parking fees, that people will use this parking instead of parking on the streets. And I do also like to mix in, though, occasionally just regular parking strips, because I know most, at least, I mean, me personally, I prefer kind of just like these more open parking lots. I mean, well, I guess unless it's snowing, then I guess it probably wouldn't be better. But they're just, to get through, in and out of them if it's really busy is a pain. And I think I'd imagine these would be maybe just a little bit nicer, although there is only one entrance and exit, so maybe not the case. But we'll just imagine. And if we can bring Victoria Street, okay, so see, this is what an issue I figured we might encounter. So this is very, very close to the side of the, this isn't a river, this is the lake. We're gonna have to bring the street back just a little bit, and then I can hopefully bring it down just a tad. And currently in like a makeshift office while I'm still waiting to go back to college. So if you hear things in the background, it's probably animals doing animal things. Hopefully my dog won't bark, but he's known to do that, so I can't guarantee that. We've been good so far. We've been so good so far today, so hopefully we'll be all right. And if we just bring the slope down a little bit more, and I just wanted to bring it back just so that we can actually make it over the river if we can. I don't think that's going to be doable. We'll bring it up 5, and as long as the slope is a reasonable level, we should be okay. And it's, oh my goodness, see, this is what I mean. Sometimes the game is a little frustrating to mess around with, but I mean, eventually we can just fiddle with it enough, and I think we'll be okay. So the slope is a little higher than I wanted it to be, but it's acceptable. So we'll just bring this down, and then we should be able to bring it all the way back over here. And you know, I mean, like, because this just feels maybe just a slight bit inappropriate for what's supposed to be a shopping district. So, but you know, I guess it's okay. And I actually do like that this road isn't super straight on, so we're gonna keep it. We're actually gonna keep Victoria Street and continue it in this direction. And animals, can you behave yourselves? Sorry. If we bring this street down over here, well, so we'll just replace our planned guidelines. It's okay. I'm not super. It's not a super big deal if all these streets aren't like the straightest on. Again, when I look at Cities Skylines 2 Reddit, and I don't want to bash on cities, because I most of the time, I don't want to say no, most of the time, all the time when I look on Cities Skylines 2, like, you know, forums, everything like that, it's all the time people's cities are really good. I think people are really creative with what they do, with what some of the limited tools that the game provides. With mods, I mean, people go absolutely wild. So, I mean, people are doing great, but I also think there's a lot of grid cities out there. And I just like the look of more like cities like this, you know, they're kind of grid-like, but they're also kind of look haphazard. It looks like a mess, but it also kind of looks like an organized mess. And that's what most of the cities near me are like. So, okay, so if we can actually keep working on this commercial district, so we ran out of commercial demand, of course. Probably we need some more residential, and I don't know how we're gonna accomplish that, considering I don't really want to develop super. I guess we got a couple more spaces for some more high density residential. So if I can just check maybe which ones I don't think that's gonna be helpful. I think we just have a very low variation of North American, or sorry, we have a high amount of North American buildings. So let's just throw in some more European high density if we can. So EU high density should be good. And okay, so this is more of an office area. So I mean, okay, so there's an office. So there's a couple of commercial buildings though. So I guess I kind of feel like it'd be inappropriate to put a residential tower right across from there, but at the same time, this is a downtown area. I think those people just gotta cope. Just gotta cope with it. So we'll just throw in a couple more towers there. Hopefully it'll bring up our commercial demand just a little bit. And so, I mean, I'm not sure. So let's just check our workforce amount, because okay, so we have very low unemployment. So I think that's probably the main concern, is that we want to place a ton of commercial buildings, but we don't actually have any workers to work in them. So we just place a couple more. If we just place one more, I think that should be okay. And I want to bring one more street probably down the side here. So if I just bring the street down, and so I guess it'll join a little weird, but that's all right actually. And we'll just bring this down, but we don't want to cross it over because I don't want to have too many bridges. So we'll actually just bring it right about into here. That should be okay. And so Walnut Street will probably just continue down here as well, up into this street, which will be a bridge if I decide to build that. And let's do that so we can let our commercial demand just replenish just a little bit. And okay, so okay, sometimes my elevation step, I swear, does reset, so I just gotta check that sometimes. But I think this should be okay. And please go over like a bridge. Thank you. Bring it back down. And we should be able to just bring it. Let's actually twist it in just a little bit. I don't like it coming quite like that. So if we bring it in, that's perfect. And so this is Myrtle Street. And okay, so that slope comes all the way down. I'm okay with that. And because we're not gonna have anything else connecting to Myrtle Street, so that can connect. So a lot of sows, 1,000 sows later. I think what we can also do here is just build like a little triangular park. I do like these little like random areas. So where these two streets meet, obviously we're just gonna keep Victoria Street probably continuing. Oh, I don't know what direction this is. Probably, let's just say east. I'm probably like totally wrong. Actually, what highways are we? Okay, this is south, so I guess, okay, I don't know. Some direction. Victoria Street is continuing, and then we're gonna have like a little triangular park here, because this is just a random area. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. And I think those kind of spots are perfect for that. So if I just bring this street down as well, and again, we can twist it in just a little bit so that it's not just like, we want to hug the coast, but not like too much. Perfect. Okay, so that's good. And I think that should be okay. And I'm not sure what we'll do with this area, but of course we'll probably have some, we'll probably be extending out the French district, since we want, Petit Quebec Historic District, which is covering this area, but I'm going to have to redistrict this area, just like a lot of other areas. And if we bring out some more commercial, and I want to bring out some more EU as well, we'll have a good variation. And I guess if we could fit some office, we don't have any office demand, so never mind about that. And so, all right, I think with this little area planned out, we're going to be moving more in this direction as we go for our city. And this is going to be our new suburb district. Of course, this is a suburb. And as we can, we're going to be connecting these up as well. So I guess we got some gap space here. So basically next time we're going to be building a lot of suburbs in February. So February is going to be a suburb month. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the delay between videos. It's just, been a little bit. When I go back to college, I will be continuing to record videos. I got a new laptop coming in that's actually pretty good, and I just got to bring this decent, I guess, microphone, and we'll be all good. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. We'll actually be building quite a bit instead of just a couple roads and running out of demand. I'll try to make sure when I record next time that the city actually has some demand for the thing we're trying to build. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.